And next up, trans healthcare as a service.
Projector's not showing on my beautiful background. So we've got a trans healthcare problem. It takes 2 years to get to get from a GP to a gender clinic and actually start treatment. Even then, your first meeting is going to be a waste of time for most people who go. You get asked a lot of questions that you weren't prepared for, and instead of going straight up to treatment, you have to go and reevaluate a lot of things. So we want to give 2 things. One, over that 2 years, give the patient some agency so they feel like they're making progress. The sooner trans people start healthcare, the higher their chances of survival and the less negative effects you get from waiting. And we want to reduce wasted time. When you get to a gender clinic, make the most of that because there's not a lot of time to go around. So our process, we used a little bit of technology to deliver this, and we talked to a lot of people. I think everyone on the team knew at least someone involved who was trans, so we used them for personal accounts. We talked to a lot of doctors. We turned up and we said we could use a little bit of help from some doctors, and we just got swarmed. So everyone came in and gave us ideas what they wanted to see and what we could actually deliver that GPs needed, that clinicians needed, but as well what trans people wanted. Carry on. This is what, there's a couple of screens for what you'd see as a patient. You start off with your tasks over on the side there, and then we'll move across to, you get a little card that introduces you to the situation, and then some information or some questions to work through, a little worksheet so that you get something out of the way, so that when you hit your gender clinic, you get as much time as you need. Next one, we've got a little video of it running, I think. Pray it works. Okay, there you go. So just a quick run through of it from start to finish. You go in, you'll hit one of your week's tasks, there's a little overview, and then you get your activity. In this case, we're putting in a little bit of information. This will feed into a data package that you can give to your gender clinic, to your GP, or anyone involved in your care. So they'll have any key information that you want to give across and share, and they can overview certain things. One thing we were looking at with a lot of people have autism spectrum, or are on the autism spectrum, when they're also trans. So we're looking at integrating with that. We're putting questions and hypotheticals to them, and we're taking that subjective information, paring it down into quantitative information for your clinician. Next. For doctors, you get a summarised response like we see there. You get questions prepped so they know what they're going to deal with, and we have some user journey. So you can see you can see over 2 years how they go for their health. If their mental health increases, gets better or deteriorates. Let's should finish off there. So, our idea for the future, we want to migrate to Ajax so everything's easier. We've got user accounts to implement, and we need to standardise the output for doctors so everyone sees the same thing and they're reading from the same page. We want to expand the 6-week plan to cover the whole 104 weeks as well. I think that's it. We've got Twitter accounts as well.
Just before we start the questions, next up is painkiller rehabilitation plan, production plan, sorry.
Hello. Thanks for that. Just so I can understand that the piece of work that you're presenting there is to create some activity in the 2 years it takes to get an appointment.
Yes, so a series of activities and basically preparation for your gender clinic.
So the question number one then for me is, and I'm sure this is something you've thought of, why does it take 2 years for the appointment? Do you understand why that is?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Yes. Largely it's due to it's supply and demand. When we've talked to doctors, they've said largely there are not enough gender clinicians to handle demand at the present time. And also there is a certain desire for people to have lived in their gender for a certain amount of time before they start medical treatments.
Okay.
It also allows us to run the exercises of, educating the person and so on and so forth. So as soon as they reach gender clinic stage, that they no longer, the gender clinician doesn't have to ask, oh, are you aware of this? Do you know about this? They'll know by the time they've reached that stage.
So they'll breach new topics like gender identity and non-binary identities as well.
I just want to say thanks, she's not here, to Dr. Sophie Quinney, who, when the team were saying yesterday evening that they needed a bit of domain expertise. She is a GP who's kind of does all the training sessions for GPs in Wales about trans issues. And so I sent a little message on Facebook, and she came in this morning for about an hour to talk to the team. So that's the kind of, it's great whenever people support projects like that.
We
So
do
thank you.
just have the dev
Sophie.
team up here, but definitely a big thanks to every single person who came out and helped us from the kind of clinical side, because we couldn't do any of this without your guys' input.
The next one.
Okay, you developed the first 6 weeks. Is this 6 weeks based on an existing plan, or is someone going to have to go away and actually build 104 weeks?
Oh yeah, we will have to expand that material ourselves. We had a series of areas to cover, and we used a template of 6 weeks because it was simple for us to push out across 2 days. But it needs a lot of work to fill that content gap.
Great. Thank you very much.